What up? 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 I know it's been a minute. I know it's been a minute since y'all didn't see me on here. But I said let's pull up and do a live and talk about some things. How are y'all feeling out there, man? How are y'all feeling out there? I know it's been a minute. Welcome into the live, baby. Welcome into the live. Let me pull up this post for y'all before we get this live going. And then we about to get into it. I know it's been a minute. I know some of y'all like, yo, this dude is still here, bro. You still doing lives? It's been a minute, man. We had a lot of stuff that that kind of stopped me from going live as much as I used to. But tonight I said, why not cut on the camera and let's see what we could do. So let's give it like another minute or so. Let's allow some people to catch up to the live, and we're gonna get into it. Hopefully YouTube sends out the notifications. I know it's been a minute. I know it's been a good old minute. All right, I got the post ready for y'all here. All right, cool. We got that. All right. Hey, caught a live from the beginning. Let's go. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Let's give it 20 more seconds, and we're going to get into this live. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff, just kind of catching up on news, talking about different things. I was just watching Stephen A. Smith on his show Straight Shooter, talking about the 14th Amendment. As you guys know, they were discussing this today with the Supreme Court. So I wanted to hear what he had to say, and the people in his comments is roasting him. So, the usual. Anyway, guys, so let's get into it. All right, cool. Let's get into it. So, first news, I actually came across a story from fadeawayworld.net where Rich Paul was talking about LeBron James's future. First of all, let's talk about LeBron and the Lakers and all of that before we get into that video. I gotta say, LeBron James and the Lakers have been playing a lot better than I expected them to. When the Lakers went on that, I think when they played like 3 or 4 games without him and they started winning some pretty tough games, it was like, yeah, this team is clearly better without him. But then he came back. He said this is an April Fool's joke. But then he came back and they seemed to find a groove, right? Now I think the Lakers, if we look at the NBA standings right now, let me just pull up the standings real quick on my phone. If we look at the Lakers, let me see the standings. So the Lakers have won 4 games in a row. They're 9-1 out of their last 10 games, so they're playing really, really well. I think the Lakers are most likely going to be the 3 seed unless they drop some of these games to the Thunder, because I think they're going to be playing them 2 more times before the season is over. And I think the Thunder definitely are going to wake up and play that game because I think they want to secure the number 1 seed. But there's just one thing at the back of my mind when it comes to the Lakers, and I'll get to the Rich Paul audio in a second here. There's one thing in the back of my mind, and that thing is this. I feel like for the past 3-4 years, maybe even 5 years, we've all been in this place where it's like 1 month to 2 or 3 weeks heading into the postseason, the Lakers are usually playing well, and then everybody starts saying, hey, man, could the Lakers go to the finals? Or could they make it to the Western Conference Finals? I feel like we've done this all of these years. And every single year has been nothing but letdown. They lost to the Denver. They lost in the first round, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years. Even last year going into the playoffs, I remember people being excited about the Lakers playing against the Wolves. I remember that. I even remember the time when they were like, the Clippers are trying to dodge the Lakers. I remember all of that. So I'm saying all of this to say this. The Lakers look really good, and everybody gets hype about them. But then the playoffs start, and then all of a sudden it's like this team isn't any good. They don't have any help. The coaching sucks. And I'm just wondering if we're going to be back in this place again come these playoffs. Lakers have played solid this year, way better this year than the last 3 years. We'll see. I mean, we will see. So if we look at the playoff picture, matter of fact, now before we get into the playoff, let me play the video for y'all. So we got some video here from Twitter from Rich Paul, basically talking about LeBron's future with Max Kellerman. So let me pull up. Can I flip this? Let me see. I'm not sure if I can flip it. Can I flip? Okay, I could. So let me play it for y'all.
Algorithms pick up action, and suddenly the odds flipped. Yeah. So Bontemps has some influence.
Yeah, but they're naming teams. You got all this speculation. You got every article. And what happens is you just have these algorithms pick up, and everybody's talking.
So you're saying there's no truth to it, to those 5 teams?
There's no truth to any of it. I don't know what's happening.
Remember when you just said believe half of what you see and none of what you hear? I don't know if I believe any of that.
I'm telling you.
You don't know what's happening?
I do not know. He don't know either. He don't know. We don't even talk about it.
I know.
Well, if you know, then I need to be talking to you. But we don't talk about it. The conversation was exactly what we do talk about, and what he talks about more than anything is, man, just enjoy the moment. The man's playing minutes with his son, meaningful minutes.
By the way, off tip last night, had a chased out pin the block. So the first play of the game, he's 41.
And honestly, it's unfair to, again, people have to do their job.
Yeah.
The Lakers are 12-1.
Yep.
They're playing well.
Yeah, LeBron's been a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why are you talking about some stuff about next year? I mean, I get it. You have to talk about it. I understand that. No, I'm not saying I have a feel for this business. Yeah. Trust me, I do. But it's just like, oh my God, I don't know. Nobody knows.
I know.
I don't care what article is written.
I know exactly.
I don't care what tweet is out there. Who says they knew?
LeBron knows, you know, and I know.
Nobody knows anything.
I'm going to say Mav knows.
He don't know anything.
Okay, let's put it this way. One of the teams that came up
friends
in the article.
Don't know anything.
One of the teams that came
Twitter
up in the article.
Friends don't know anything. Nobody knows nothing.
Can I say something right now definitively? LeBron James ain't ending his career with the Clippers. With the Clippers? Stop. We could take that off.
I like the Clippers.
I'm sure you do. They're very nice.
When you have a podcast, you have your own show.
So you heard what Rich Paul said. He doesn't know what LeBron's future is going to be. Guys, I may not know where LeBron is going, but I do know where he ain't staying. I do not see LeBron being a Laker beyond this season. The only way LeBron stays a Laker, the only way is if the Lakers go to the finals. They don't even have to win it. If the Lakers go to the finals, I think then LeBron resigns with the Lakers, even if they have to pay him $5 a month. Because at that point, if you say your goal is to win championships, you're not leaving a team that just went to the championship round, win or lose. So I think the only way he stays with the Lakers is if they go to the finals. Now, some people say, well, he'll want to play with Bronny. Look, I think that eventually LeBron is going to retire and Bronny's going to have to find his way throughout the NBA anyway. But if you look at Bronny's development, you can see that he's getting better. You can see it. I'm not saying he's an NBA starter, but you can see that he's getting better. So maybe LeBron's mind is like, yo, I'm going to do everything that I can in my power right now to help him get minutes. We're playing on the floor together. And then once I leave, it's like, okay, you got to make it on your own. So some people may say, oh, he may want to stay with the Lakers to play with his son. I don't think so. I don't think LeBron's goal is to play the rest every year of his son's career with him. I don't think so. But I do want to get back to the Lakers playoff picture here. What up, y'all? Let me read through some of these comments. Say it again for the people in the back. What up, Charles? Good to see you. Yeah, man, I know it's been a minute, man. I didn't even expect anybody to pull up to this live. I'm sure YouTube ain't even sent out the notifications. We ain't been live for like 3 weeks. So I said, let me just pull up tonight and start doing some more lives so we can get the algorithm going again. So I want to talk about the Lakers playoff scenario here. So if we look at the standings right now, and we assume that these seeds stay the same. So OKC is number 1, San Antonio is number 2, Lakers is number 3, Denver is number 4, Houston is 5, Minnesota is 6, and let's just say Philly and Phoenix is Philly. Phoenix and the Clippers are number 7 and 8. It means the Lakers will start the playoffs. So the 1 plays the 8, the 2 plays the 7, the 3 plays the 6. So it would mean the Lakers will start off the playoffs again with a rematch between the Minnesota Timberwolves. Are we 100% sure they're going to beat the Timberwolves again? Are we 100% sure? Are we sure that Austin Reeves, who's going to opt out of his contract this summer, are we sure he's going to be playing the same all-star basketball that he's playing? Are we sure Luka and Reeves are going to be getting the same calls that they were getting? Are we sure that JJ Redick is going to take a step as a coach? Because it's one thing to coach in the regular season. It's another thing to coach in the playoffs. Are we sure? I don't know. So that's the first scenario. If things switch and they play Houston, although they beat Houston 2 games in a row, the last times they played them, I think Houston could make it an interesting series. There's no way they're going to play the Clippers in round 1 unless the Lakers. No, there's no way. There's no way that they're going to play the Clippers. But even if they make it past Minnesota, it gets really tough from that point forward because you have San Antonio, you have OKC, and you have Denver still in the playoffs. So my thing is, although they look really good right now, I feel like we've been here before. And until I see the Lakers play in a first-round series and get out of it, the last time the Lakers got out of the first round was, 3 years ago? Lakers ain't been out of the first round in 3 years, I think. So until that happens, I'm a little bit skeptical. I was watching Skip Bayless today, and he was like, he doesn't buy that the Lakers are going to be that good in the playoffs. We'll see. Now, I want to get to another conversation. This is not like our former lives. We're just going to be talking about different things on here. Let's talk about the MVP race. And we may also talk about that Chicago Bulls player that got waived. I forgot his name. We may talk about that depending on the time that we have. We may talk about that. But let's talk about the MVP race. I think the top guys right now are, didn't you say LeBron makes the Lakers work? I thought he did. Now, you must be late pulling up to the live because I already addressed that at the beginning of the live. Okay, Jaden Ivey, right? Jaden Ivey is his name. Okay, we may talk about that a little bit later, although, to be fair, I'm not really following that story too much. But if we look at the MVP race, obviously Cade Cunningham is now not going to be a part of it. The guys that I was looking at Jaylen Brown, for sure. I was looking at Jaylen Brown, SGA, Wemby, and I think is a toss-up between Luka and Jokic. Now, if we go from the traditional standpoint of usually the MVP was the best player on the best team, usually, then it really comes down to SGA, Wemby, and probably Jaylen Brown, if we're just looking at records, although some of those teams are 2 seeds. For me, I know a lot of people are probably going to say SGA is the MVP. I'm going to probably go with Wemby, and I'm going to say why. Y'all can agree or disagree with me, but I'm going to go Wemby. My pick would be for Wemby. Number one, why am I going for Wemby? I think you can make a legitimate argument. You could make this argument that Wemby is the most impactful player in the NBA. You can make an argument for that. If you look at what he brings on both sides of the floor, you can make that. Something else that's kind of being overlooked. Wemby is also a leader. We're not focusing on that because he's so young and he doesn't have like a history leading his team to the playoffs and all of that and seeing him in the playoffs. But Wemby is a leader. And he's setting a tone for that franchise and damn near the league. Son is bringing that feeling back. He's bringing that feeling back. Like, we got to keep it a bean. He not really trying to be kumbaya and give me a hug and blow me a kiss. He not trying to do none of that. He like, yo, we competing and let's see who the best is. Now, one of the things that's been the knock on Wemby is his scoring. Because I think they're saying Wemby's only averaging, 14 points per game, if I'm not mistaken. 14 points per game. No, 24 points. Sorry, I don't know why I said 14. 24 points a game. And I think there's something that we're overlooking. He's averaging 24, but Wemby's playing less than 30 minutes a night. Wemby is playing less than 30 minutes a night. And he's averaging 24 and a half points. He's playing less than 30 minutes a game. So if you look at his impact in just 30 or 29 minutes a game, it's crazy. And what's it going to be in the playoffs when his minutes go up to like 36, 37, 38, 39? So you got to look at that. In terms of SGA, I think SGA would probably be the safe bet. I think with Wemby, it would probably be like, okay, I'm breaking away from the pack to go Wemby. SGA, if SGA won, I think most people would be like, okay, cool. I see that. But if Wemby won, it'd be like, what? Victor Wembanyama won the MVP? And if he did, I think it will be putting this guy on a historic path. Because this will only be his third season in the NBA, and he won the MVP. Third season. And there's a legit shot that this guy could win the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year at what? 20? How old is Wemby? At 20. How old is Wemby? He's at 22 years? At 22 years, he would have won a Defensive Player of the Year and an MVP award. That would be crazy. And the final reason I would give it to Wemby is this. The fact that he's so young. This is not like a veteran Spurs team. This is a young team. And they're the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. They're a young team. Wemby has never been in the playoffs. He's not a seasoned veteran, nothing. And for these guys, I'm talking about the Spurs. Who picked the Spurs coming into this season to be the number 2 seed in the West? Nobody did. Nobody. No one picked the Spurs to be the number 1 seed. The number 2. Nobody did. Nobody did. And they have a legitimate shot at being the number 1 seed. So when you factor all of those things in, if I had a vote, which obviously I don't, Wemby's getting my vote. If I had to vote for MVP, I'm voting for Victor Wembanyama for that reason. For all of the reasons I just said, I'm voting for him. He said Wemby just had the fastest double-double I didn't even know that. Yeah, I think he had a double-double in like 8 minutes or something, some crazy number of minutes, like 8 minutes, and he had a double-double. So for me, man, Wemby gets my pick. Give me Victor Wembanyama. Who y'all got as the MVP? Leave it in the comments. Who y'all got? Who's your MVP? And we're going to talk about some other stuff as well. We're going to get back to the Lakers in a minute. But who y'all got for MVP? Leave it in the chat. Let me see who y'all got. I think for me, it's still SGA, slight edge. He doesn't even take 17 shots per game. Wemby, Cade had a very good case. SGA, Wemby, SGA has some pretty clutch moments. So it's either SGA or Wemby. I think Wemby should win. That's just me. I think Wemby should win. And I think if Victor Wembanyama wins, we will officially be looking at the next face of the NBA or the new face of the NBA. We will. Let me ask y'all a question. If Victor Wembanyama was drafted by the Lakers or the Knicks, the Lakers or the Knicks, you telling me Victor Wembanyama wouldn't already be the face of the NBA? If Victor was a Laker or a Knick, are you telling me that Victor Wembanyama would not be the face of the NBA right now? He would be the face of the NBA right now. He's playing in San Antonio. No. Somebody said playing. No, I'm saying assuming LeBron is not playing. Like, let's just say LeBron wasn't there and, is Wemby. He'd be the face. He would be the face. And that's one of the reasons why the NBA is kind of struggling with making a player from a Spur the face of the league. It's going to be kind of tough, but the talent is the talent. And this team is more exciting to watch than the Spurs with Tim Duncan. This team is more exciting to watch than the Duncan Spurs. They are. Tim Duncan was just like broccoli, chicken breast, and white rice. That was Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was broccoli, chicken breast, and white rice. Very healthy and very boring. And a glass of water. That's it. And that's it. It's effective, but it was boring as hell. Yeah, I think nothing, not even salt. I liked his boring style. Don't really matter where he goes at this point. So for me, I hope Wemby wins just to kind of usher in a new era in the NBA. Luka Doncic, let's talk about him. We got a lot of stuff we're talking about. Hey guys, let's try to get these likes up. I know I've been on here for a minute, so we slowly getting back into it. We're gonna start doing more lives. So let's try to get these likes up if we can. Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic just finished scoring 600 points in a month, breaking Kobe's record of 585 points in a month in 2005, I believe, or 2004-05 season, right? Luka has been scoring out of his mind. But Luka is not in the MVP conversation. There are a few things that are confusing me. Luka should be in the MVP conversation. He should be. But I think one of the reasons he's not is the fact that these other guys, in terms of SGA, Wemby, even Jaylen Brown or Cade Cunningham, have made a better MVP argument. I think those guys have a better MVP argument. Nick Rice said he is the MVP. You're racist. Nick Rice said, who's the MVP? Who did Nick Rice say is the MVP? Nick Rice said, who's the MVP? Luka Doncic? Who? So I think that's one reason. And I just can't help but think that I find it hard that a LeBron teammate will win an MVP. I find it really hard to believe that the media is going to give a LeBron James teammate an MVP. I find it really, really hard to believe that. I find it really hard. I just don't think they will. I don't think they will. Which now leads into the bigger conversation. There's something that I've been thinking about that we got to talk about. This whole LeBron playing the third role for the Lakers. I got to understand something. Is LeBron being carried by Luka or not? Is LeBron James being carried by Luka Doncic or not? Yes or no? Which one is it? Is he being carried? Yes or no? Because I remember my man Kobe Bryant, and one of the biggest Kobe getting carried by Shaq. But then for LeBron, the media is like, oh, he's making a sacrifice. What? Y'all never said that about Kobe. Nobody ever said Kobe sacrificed. Y'all said Shaq carried him. So Shaq carried Kobe, but LeBron sacrificed? I'm confused. I'm confused. What is going on? So which one is which? Which one is which? So Kobe got carried by Shaq, but LeBron is sacrificing. They're even trying to give LeBron more credit for the team's success than Luka. They're saying that it's LeBron's sacrifice that's the reason that the team is doing so well. They're not even talking about Luka or anybody else. Can you even imagine? The team's success should be given to the third option? What? But then with Kobe, he got carried by Shaq, and nothing Kobe ever did matter. What do we like? This is something I've been thinking to myself, like, yo, what's going on here? Am I the only one noticing this double standard or what? Am I the only one noticing this double standard? And this is the power of narratives and who controls them. This is the power of narratives. You can paint a picture, you can twist any kind of narrative you want. With Kobe, it was that, oh, he got carried by Shaq, when we all know that wasn't the case. We all know that. But with LeBron, it's because he sacrificed. What? I don't know what to say, man. That's just something that's been on my mind. Let me read this. LeBron is the third best player on the team. It worked itself out. Shaq and Kobe were even to me. It was Shaq. It was the Shaq had to always be the guy. Yeah, I think Phil Jackson prioritized Shaq in the offense. Honestly, Kobe gets hated on way too much. I don't understand it. If you look at the numbers, Kobe and Shaq are really, really close. It's more like a 1-2 punch rather than Shaq carried him. Well, Luka and LeBron is not a 1-2 punch. It's like a punch and a jab, or a punch and a slap, or a punch and a push. It ain't no 1-2 punch. This ain't no combo. It's a punch and a nudge. It ain't no like, oh, it ain't none of that. It ain't none of that. Let me read through some of these comments. Honestly, let me see. It looked like the numbers coming. It says Shaq couldn't control his own weight. How could he carry a guy who bailed the Lakers out in the 2000 finals, game 4 overtime? Ginobili is the most overglorified third option in NBA history. guys that play with LeBron do the sacrifice, and they moved the goalposts with Kobe. Hence, Nash got 2 MVPs. I stopped caring since then. Yeah, that was diabolical, man. Steve Nash won an MVP over Kobe Bryant and Shaq. Steve Nash won an MVP. That's like Lloyd Banks winning a Grammy over Jay-Z or something. No disrespect to Lloyd Banks. That's like Lloyd Banks winning a Grammy over Jay-Z. Because at first I was going to say Soulja Boy, but Steve Nash ain't Soulja Boy. Or like, I don't know. Whoever y'all can think of. Winning a Grammy over, like, it's crazy stuff, bro. What are we doing? I really have a bad feeling LeBron is going to try to stay with the Lakers. And the media is trying to make it seem like he is not. He said Lloyd Banks catching straight. No, I'm just keeping it a being with you. Come on, man. If Lloyd Banks win it, come on. And by the way, since we're talking about Lloyd Banks, what is this talk about? Lloyd Banks is better than Fabulous? Now, Lloyd Banks had them bars. I remember all of those G Unit mixtapes. And Lloyd Banks was the guy that Lloyd Banks was the guy that we all talked about. He was the guy we all talk. It's like those D-Block mixtapes. The person I remember people talking about the most growing up with those D-Blocks mixtapes was Styles P. Some people say it was Jada. No, Styles P was the one that when D-Block was dropping those mixtapes, he was the one that they were always talking about. But come on, let's be for real. He's the backbone. May 29, 2026. LeBron is going to ruin another Lakers season to go. He was the one. So Steve Nash winning an MVP over Kobe is like Lloyd Banks winning Album of the Year over Jay-Z. Like, come on, let's be for real. Like, let's be for real for a second. Come on. What else we got? Lakers are on a hot streak. I can see them being a successful first-round exit team. Who knows? The Lakers may play. It depends on who the Lakers play in round one, man. It really depends. I mean, the Lakers right now, if the season's ended, they're playing the Lakers are going to play one of these three teams in round one. They're going to play Denver, Houston, or Minnesota. If I'm the Lakers, I do not want to play Denver. I'm just looking at the standings right now. If I'm the Lakers, I don't want to play Denver at all because they have no answer for Nikola Jokic or Jamal Murray. So I don't even want to see Denver. If I'm the Lakers, I would rather play Houston or Minnesota. Do not give me Denver. If the Lakers play Denver, they're losing. There will be no throwing the ball off the rim and I catch it and then like that's not happening. I think those are the teams that the Lakers want to play. Either the Wolves or the Rockets. Somebody said Denver's a 4. Yeah, Denver. No. The reason I'm saying that Denver's a 4 because look at the loss bracket. It's only 2 games. So if the Lakers drop those 2 games against OKC, for example, right? I don't know if they have the tiebreaker or they have a worse record than Denver. Then the Lakers are going to fall. I mean, I don't know how low. I don't know how far the Lakers can fall, but if they fall anywhere between like these brackets here, a 4 and 5 seed could meet. You never know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you never know. If the Lakers fall to the 4, you never know. The likelihood of them playing Denver is low, but they're going to play Houston. It's either going to be Houston or Minnesota. Those are going to be the two teams. Those are going to be. It's going to be Houston or Minnesota. That's it. Unless Minnesota just falls all the way out and Phoenix goes on an incredible run, but I don't see that. So it's going to be one of those two teams. And I'm saying do whatever you can to avoid Denver. So that means just keep trying to win. And I think the Lakers have a shot to beat Houston. I'm not sure about Minnesota, but you don't want to see Denver in round one. You don't want to see Denver. And I think they can beat Houston. Early in the season, I thought Houston can beat them, but I think they can beat Houston. I definitely think the Lakers could beat Houston. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, man, I think I covered everything. What stories y'all? What other stories y'all want me to talk about before we get up out of here? I think I covered everything. Unless there's something y'all want to talk about, y'all can leave them in the comments. You ain't got a super chat or nothing like that. Just leave them in the comments. Expansion. Okay, we got one person that want to talk about the expansion. Let me just see if we got some other things people want me to talk about. I'm a Celtics fan, so unfortunately I can't root for the Lakers, Charles. So I pray for y'all though. How do you define the MVP? Traditionally, from what I understood the MVP to be growing up was the best player on the best team, meaning the best player with the team that had the best record. That's what I thought was the MVP. Then, obviously, as time went on, it began to change a little bit, and special cases started coming up where a guy had an incredible season. For example, like when Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double for the first time. That's an exceptional season where you kind of want to make an exception for cases like that. So you're always going to have those kind of like what do you call it? Anomalies. But that's what I necessarily. No, not the best player in the NBA. The best player on the best team. That's what I mean. Not the best player in the NBA. Is the best player on the best team. And usually that was decided by who has the best record. That's what I remember when I started watching basketball in like 1999, 2000. That's what I remember. That's how I remember it. But obviously things kind of change. If that's how you view MVP, then why do you think it is BS for Nash to win? No, that's why I said you can have like one-off cases, like anomaly cases. Steve Nash wasn't an anomaly. That year that Kobe had was an anomaly year. Russell Westbrook averaging a triple-double, that ain't a season you see every year. Hell, even I think is Nikola Jokic averaging a triple-double right now? I mean, if you just wanted to give it to the craziest season, isn't Nikola Jokic like? I mean, if we just wanted to go the stat route, just stats, you can make an argument that Nikola Jokic is the MVP this year. You could make a legitimate argument that this guy is the MVP this year if we're just going by that alone, because it's a freaky year. The guy, how many? Let me see. How many assists is Nikola Jokic average? Hold on. I got to see this real quick. Let me see. Nikola Jokic. Let me look at his numbers. Because I know he's leading in a lot of categories like rebounding and all that. But let me see his numbers here. Nikola Jokic. Let me see. So the man is averaging 28, 57, 30, 39% shooting from 3, 82, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, bro. Bro. Yo, do y'all understand how crazy what I just said was? How many statistical categories is he leading in? I think he's leading the NBA in rebounds, He's leading in a few categories. Bro. Let me read his numbers again. This man is averaging 28 points per game on 57% shooting, 39% shooting from three, 83% shooting from the free throw line, 13 rebounds, 11 assists, only 3 turnovers, 1.4 steals, 0.8 blocks, with a box plus minus of 8.3. Bro, come on. What? He's averaging 10 assists as a center. What? I don't know what to say, man. I'm speechless. Statistically, this is one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. Okay, you know how when Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double and you're looking at a guard get 10 rebounds? It's as insane for a center to average 11 assists per game. This is madness. Bro, whatever, man. I know he's not going to win the MVP, but if the MVP was just like who is having the best individual season, regardless of record and all of that stuff, it's Nikola Jokic, bro. These numbers are bro. Bro, a triple-double as a center? A triple-double as a center? What? What? Bro, he's averaging 11 assists. 11. When was the last time a center averaged a triple-double? Does that even happen before? Isn't this the first time correct me if I'm wrong. Has that ever happened before? I don't even think it's ever happened. I don't think it's ever been done. Unless I'm wrong. Has a center ever averaged a triple-double at all? Jesus Lord. Not, you said Jokic did it last season? No, he didn't do this. Let me see. Wait. He did it last. Wait, hold up. Nikola Jokic averaged a triple-double last season? Bro, what? Nah, bro. I'm having a genuine reaction right now with you guys. I did not know that. I didn't know that. He said Jokic plays no defense, facts, no hate, no or shit. He don't play defense. I'm with you. But dog. What? Come on, son. What? Nah. This is the craziest shit I done seen in a minute, bro. What I just read is the craziest shit I done seen in a minute. Anyway. Nah, that being said, man, I'm still give, if I had to vote, I'll give the MVP to Wemby. But I think what hurt Nikola Jokic this year is because maybe the voters had some voter fatigue. I think if Denver was like the 2 seed, I think for Nikola Jokic to win MVPs now, the bar is set so high for this guy that he has to be the number 1 seed every year. That's the only way he can guarantee himself MVPs. He has to be the number, because then you're putting up these kind of numbers and you're the number 1 seed in the West, bro. There's no argument we can make here. That's all he has left. Like, that's the only thing he'll have to do, because I don't know. I had no idea, bro. I had no idea. But this also speaks about the marketing of the NBA as a whole. Because even though we cover the NBA, I'm a fan. I didn't even know that. I don't remember anybody talking about this on TV shows. I don't remember. So that also points to the job that the NBA is doing in terms of marketing its product. You got a guy averaging a triple-double as a center, and I had no idea. But anyway, that's just me, man. That's some crazy stuff, bro. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for being a part of the live. This Nikola Jokic stat line just messed me up, bro. Y'all go ahead and have a good night, man. I'm just gonna sit down and think about this one. If I smoked, I would light me some and smoke some, just sit down and reflect on this, because that was crazy. Anyway, guys, you guys have a good one, and we're gonna catch you on the next one, man. Appreciate you guys for tapping in.